talk a little defense with our guy, defensive guy in Joshua Perry. So, JP, I know you don't like to talk about Michigan guys.
I'll talk about him.
But this is a stud.
Yes.
A potential #1 overall pick in the draft.
Yep.
They haven't had one since Jake Long in 2008. What makes Aidan Hutchinson a not only first-round pick, but a #1 overall pick?
He's got elite traits, and I think you start there with pass rushers. You look at the way that guys are built. You look at what they can do on the field. He's got elite traits, and I'm going to share some of his strengths with you. Number one, this dude has extremely strong and active hands, and that's one of the bigger things about pass rushers. People think that they're trying to run upfield and, they're trying to get by guys, but having strong, active hands is what really does it, because these offensive linemen.
What does that mean for people at home?
Okay, so throw your hands up. So if you shoot your hands, I'm always shooting. I'm ready to counter.
Got it.
Whatever it is, if I need to knock him up, if I need to knock him down, he does a really good job with that. Another one is he's got good bend. This guy is like 6'6", and so he's got to get low to gain that leverage underneath offensive linemen. Right. And when you look at offensive linemen in the league, some of these guys are 6'7", 6'8". His ability to bend is going to be a positive, and then he's got great movement skills. And what I mean by that, his get off the line of scrimmage, absolutely phenomenal. And then his ability to change direction is really, really good. And his 3-cone drill that he did at the combine was amazing. It was one of the best 3 cones that has ever been done by a guy his size, one of the best 3 cones just in general. And that shows his ability to change direction. But of course, as you evaluate prospects, there's always strengths, but there are weaknesses. And #1 weakness is something that he can't change, but he's got short arms for as tall as he is.
Right.
Now, the way around that is if I have my arm like this, it's a little bit short.
Okay.
If I turn my arm and I dip down low, I can make myself longer. So he can work around that. He's shown ability to do that on tape. His pass rush tree is not great. And what I mean by that is his moves are not that good. He's got an upfield move. He's got an inside counter. And, outside of that, he's got a power rush. Not a ton going on there, so he's going to have to build up some more complicated, more finesse rushes when he gets to the NFL. And then in the run game, his pad level is a little bit too high. I mentioned he's 6'6". He's shown that he could get knocked off the ball. He could be lost in the run game there. So those are some things. As you evaluate, people are going to ask questions about why his production was so low his first 3 years on campus. Had an injury in 2020, but when you look back to 2018 and 2019, not a big stat guy, so production jumped there. And then also how he's going to do if he doesn't have a David Ojabo on the other side, because that presented a lot of issues for offensive lines trying to block those two guys. But definitely, he's got the build. He's got all the intangibles. He's going to be a really good player in the NFL.
For you, easily the #1 pick.
I would say, yeah. You start looking at some of the guys at the top of this class, and if I were to put my money into one of them, it would be him, and he comes from good stock, too. His dad was a really good football player.